It was all the way back in 2008 when the CBR1000RR got its last full overhaul, but new photographs from the Grobnik racetrack in Croatia reveal a heavily revised CBR apparently ready to launch at this fall's motorcycle shows. Ask Imbo anything, new Honda Superbike. Visually, we can see new bodywork from front to rear, including a headlight design similar to the recently unveiled CBR1000RR that includes LED daytime running lights to meet the latest for Euro's regulations. The paint and color he borrows from its Africa twin brother. The current CBR's under-engine muffler is replaced by an exhaust with a separate canister, part of what's necessary to meet for Euro's emissions regs. At the rear is a much tidier tail section and a new tag hanger. From there, it's difficult to say for certain what's changed on the CBR's chassis. The frame itself appears very similar to the existing model, and the swing arm too. In fact, nearly all of the bike's underpinnings look very similar to the current CBR1000RR. An inverted fork remains up front, presumably to show a big distant fork, but it's not shown as balance-free fork seen on the latest Kawasaki ZX-10R. Wheels and brakes look similar to the current fireblade as well, and not the SP model due to its lack of Brembo stoppers and Öhlins suspenders. If these pictures are, in fact, of the new CBR1000RR, then the bike might be merely an evolution, not a revolution, of the current model. 2016 Kawasaki ZX-10R vs 2016 Aprilia RSV4R 2015 6-pack Superbike shootout finally answered. The engine architecture looks very similar to the current CBR, down to the case cover bolt patterns, although there's only so many ways to bolt together an inline for power plant with a stacked transmission gear set. We'll assume it'll incorporate ride-by-wire technology that'll easily enable a choice of ride modes and traction control settings. Whatever the internal changes, an uprated CBR1000RR will need to have somewhere in the neighborhood of 170 rear-wheel horsepower to be competitive with its rivals. Doing so would match the latest ZX-10R and top Yamaha R1x7. 10 more horses would put it firmly in contention with the Europeans. Interestingly, the bike in these photos is equipped with wheel speed sensors in the brake rotors that are much smaller than the ones typically used for traction control and ABS systems, the latter a requirement of European street bikes in 2017, the former because every new leader bike must have the latest in electronic rider aids. The new Fireblade, as it's called in Europe, is sure to have state-of-the-art electronics to match up with the contemporary systems used by Yamaha, Kawasaki, Ducati and others. Wheel speed sensors are becoming less obvious as technology progresses. On the right is the previous CBR. Drawing firm conclusions from spy photos is always problematic, and it's even more so when the circumstances surrounding the images seem a bit odd. For example, the pics indicate the CBR was being photographed for photos and video. However, if this was an official product shoot, the bike's headlights wouldn't be covered in tape and rear-view mirrors would be installed. Perhaps the tape would be removed and mirrors installed while shooting later in the day. Also, photographer Sandro Rubinek says he nagged the pictures from outside Grobnik's track fence. However, the images from around the pit lane area look almost like he was inside the track's boundaries when he shot them. Could this be a case of an old motorcycle getting a pair of new clothes, or is it the whole new motorcycle cribbing heavily from its progenitor? Full details will be revealed at this fall's European moto shows, either at Germany's Intermot October 5-9 or October 4 if you're a member of the media, or at the ICMA in Italy during the first week of November.